There's a certain mindset that's going to lead you to a mediocre, average, subpar life that is maybe 20% of your potential. And there's a completely different mindset where if you're this guy and you switch your mindset, you can actually unlock a completely different paradigm and thus unlocking a completely different life that you live, a higher quality of life, a more fulfilling life, more successful, more women, more money, more everything. All right. And I've gone through that shift. I was literally in my mom's basement at 30 years old, smoking weed. I was that guy that was content with that too. It wasn't like I was living a shitty life. I was relatively happy. I was a normal, average guy, but I've gone from that guy to being in the Miami penthouse. Beautiful day out here in Miami, 45th floor. All right. Business is on track to do 200K this month, January 2024, record month. I've built this business up. I've made the shift. And it's not just about money. It's not just about your living situation. It's about the way you feel about yourself, the quality of life that you're actually capable of. Like, you have the potential of doing it, but you need to switch your mindset up, because there's so many clients that I've talked to and they're on track to live an okay life. And that's great, especially if you were at very low levels. It actually seems like you're doing decent in comparison. But what I'm telling you is that there's a higher quality of life. And honestly, I forget about it sometimes when I'm talking to my clients, because some of these guys ask me like, well, kind of like, what do you do when you're at work and you're really frustrated with work and it feels like kind of hopeless, or it feels like you have this really long work week ahead of you and you don't want to do those things. And this happened to me recently. I was thinking about, I was like, I started to put myself in that position. I was like, well, what do I do in that situation? I realized, wait, like, I actually don't have that in my life anymore, because I've put in so much work to get to a place where my whole day is pretty much aligned with doing the things that I really want to do. It's fully aligned with the character that I want to be, all right, on all levels, in terms of leading men, coaching guys, changing lives, doing the things I'm passionate about, living a healthy lifestyle, having a quality partner in my life, not doing anything in my day-to-day that doesn't align with the things that I really want to do and is aligned with me being the best version of myself. But the only way you get there is you need to put in work, doing things that you may not necessarily want to do, at least for the short term. For the short term, you're going to need to double down and do things you don't want to do. But long term, you're going to start to devise a plan that gets you out of that. All right. And there's a lot of guys I know, a lot of clients I've dealt with, they have a successful job, they have a career job, they have a master's, they have a PhD, they have some sort of successful career, but it's not the thing they're really passionate about. And so they're thinking about their life and they're like, yeah, I'm doing this thing, but it's not really my purpose. It's not really my passion. I'm making decent money, but I don't want to do this forever. And you're absolutely right. So whether you're at very low levels of income, or maybe you're actually at a high level of income, but you're not living a fulfilling life, I want you to start thinking bigger. Think bigger about your goals financially. Think bigger about your dream job. Think bigger about the partner that you have in your life, the people that you have in your life, your network. Think bigger, because right now, if you just imagine, okay, this is my current social circle, this is my current dating life, this is my current income, this is currently what my week looks like in terms of work, and just imagine those things really quickly. Well, if you just stay on the current trajectory that you're on, are you actually on a path to have your dream dating life, to have your dream financial life, your dream career? Or are you doing jobs, are you doing work in your day-to-day that's not moving you towards that? All right. And when it comes to the finance part, you may need to have a current job that's bringing in money, but on the side, you should also be, in the back of your mind, moving towards something bigger. Like, I was a private investigator from 25 to 30, and that job was only making me somewhere between 30 to 50K a year. All right. That was a dead end job. In terms of me living my dream life, that was a dead end job, but I still needed to do the job, because if I didn't, I would just have no money coming in. So I had that active income from my current work job. And then while I was doing that, I had to do everything I could to also build a side business. All right. While I was doing those things, I was also working out. I was also eating right. I was also going out and pushing my social skills. I was slowly building each one of these pillars simultaneously. All right. And I could tell you that when I was going through a lot of that, there was a lot of people that I knew that didn't have the same ideas about themselves or their future. They wanted to just go to school. They wanted to just get that career job. They wanted to just be okay, right? They wanted to be comfortable, I guess you could say. Like, comfortable from that perspective was making somewhere between 80K to 120K a year, having an okay dating life, having an okay level of confidence, having an okay level of communication skills, having an okay level of friends that just go out and get drunk on the weekends, and just party. And that would just be the life indefinitely. I had a different vision for myself though. I saw myself coaching men. I saw myself traveling. I saw myself being well known and having influence and making higher levels of income. All right, I didn't have that initially. Like when I was at very low levels of confidence, I didn't have those visions. It was something that gradually started to develop as I progressed through my own self-development journey throughout my 20s going into my 30s, right? And it seems like each year I have a bigger and bigger and bigger vision because I'm growth minded and I have a long-term mindset at this point. But the main switch right now is to start to realize where you're currently at and unbiasedly look at the trajectory that you're on. That's what it comes down to. Look at the trajectory that you're on, because a lot of us, we tell ourselves a story as to why it's okay that we're currently doing these things. But if you were to look back 3 months ago, 6 months ago, has your business actually changed? And that does not mean that the finances are going up. I mean, that could be one element, but that's not necessarily the only element, because you could technically be working more and the finances are going up. But if you're just on a path to just keep working more and more, but that job has no growth, or you're not actually saving the money to build up a side hustle, to build up a second form of income so you could actually have more financial freedom, so you could detach from that current job that you're in that you don't like, then you're not really moving in the right direction, right? Or let's say you have your own business and maybe you're making more money, but like, are you starting to think bigger about your business? Are you starting to think, okay, if I actually make a little bit more money and I put some more money to the side, I could actually hire this guy to do this job. I could build him up, and then long-term, he could take over this portion of the job. And I could then free up time to do a higher level duty within the company. Right? That's something I started really thinking about over the last couple of years and really dialing in over the last 1 to 2 years. The higher and higher levels you go, you start thinking bigger and bigger and bigger. And what you realize is that you can't do it alone. You're gonna need pieces below you to ultimately get to financial freedom. All right, so is your business, is your financial freedom, is your career trajectory on the right path? Is your social skills and dating life on the right path? Have you been bullshitting your life away with your dating life and your social confidence? If I look back 6 months ago, have you made a drastic change in your social confidence? If the answer is no, what are you doing? If you haven't been on a date in the last 6 months with women that you were, like multiple women that you're really attracted to, why not? Why not? Are you making progression? Are you getting into more interactions? Are the girls you're talking to getting higher and higher quality? Is your physique, is your look, is your communication, is your vibe, is your income, are these things going up? And it's okay if they're not, but this video is about awareness to see where you actually at with these things. Where are you at with these things? I'm calling you the fuck out right now. Where are you at with these things? And if you can't actually look back and say, 3 months ago, I was making this, I was interacting with these women, I went on these many dates, I weighed this much, my workouts were this, my calories were this, my friends were this. If you can't tell me that for the last 3 months or 6 months or a year, and I'm talking about like vaguely thinking about it, like this should actually bring a certain level of awareness to how much clarity you're lacking around your goals and your own progression and your own trajectory. Like that's the missing piece that I saw within myself in my 20s versus where I'm at right now. I have extreme clarity on all of these things. It's getting the tracking dialed in. It's getting tracking, reflection, awareness, and trajectory dialed in. All right, you need to figure that out for yourself if you really want to ensure that you're making that progression. The guys that don't track, the guys that have no clarity, the guys that aren't thinking about in 3 months I could be here, in 6 months I could be here, last month I was here, this month I'm here. The guys that aren't thinking about that, maybe you're thinking about that in the weight room, but you're not thinking about that in any other area of your life. That's a problem, man. That's a problem. That's the exact same reason you're stagnant in your current whether it's social life, dating life, your business life, your content life, your financial life, like whatever it is, you're coasting because it's good, it's comfy, but it's not world class, man. You could be world class. You could be world class. Anybody can be world class with the right mindset, with the right discipline, with the right tracking, with the right accountability. All right, that's the lesson for today. If you want help doing those things, if you want to work with me directly, links are down below. You can check that out for the one-on-one coaching or the group community stuff. That's all for today, fellas. Be aware. What are your actions today? What are your actions this week? Are you moving closer towards your goals? Are you thinking more long-term, strategizing to actually make it out of your current situation? Because I'm not, even though look, I'm in the penthouse. This isn't my final destination. This is not the final destination. I mean, this is a great destination, but I'm talking business, social circle, influence, income. There's much higher levels out there, bro. And it's great that I've hit this level, but I'm hungry. I'm more hungry than a lot of you guys. And so I'm trying to give you that energy for you to tap into too. So get hungry, get mad if you're not in the situation that you want to be in. That's all for today, guys. See you tomorrow. Let's go.